Hello there, I'm Christopher and welcome to another very special episode of Cypress Cottage Cooking. Tonight we're going to be cooking a nice winter meal that'll warm your heart and fill your belly. Now without further ado, I'm just going to turn the heat off and get going. Hey, welcome back to Cypress Cottage Cooking. Today we're going to be cooking brownies, so that's going to be a great treat, isn't it? Alright, so we're going to grab our ingredients. First up is the cocoa powder, or cocoa powder as some people pronounce it. We're going to need a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of that for the ingredient. We're also going to need plain flour, so hopefully you have these kind of ingredients in your house already. We did. Obviously it's just a common thing to have. We're also going to need some chocolate. Now I prefer marble chocolate as opposed to regular dark milk chocolate. It's obviously a personal taste. I just feel as if marble gives it a better texture and complexion. Okay, so we've got that. We're also going to want some vanilla extract. Now be careful of this around your kids, because it's got about 30% alcohol in it. So if they get that, you need to be very careful that you don't give that to your children, okay? Now preferably, you're going to want a block of unsalted butter. Home brand's the best, it's very cheap. It was about $1.60. We're going to want some eggs, because you need to bind all their mixtures together with eggs. And I think that'll be everything. Welcome back. Now, obviously as a lot of you would know, brownies actually originated from Poland. Quite an old traditional Polish dish, this one. But today I'm going to be cooking the more upbeat, contemporary Swedish version. I hope you guys like it a little bit more. I certainly do. I just feel as if it's got a little bit more pizzazz. Good word, that. Now we're going to get right into it. So we are going to just grab out our measuring bowls and whatnot. I'll just check what ones we need. Okay, just grabbing my square baking tray. Now what you're going to do first is you're going to put that on the table and you're going to want to preheat your oven to 190 degrees. So we'll get that going. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to want to put baking paper in and around our 18cm wide, 5cm deep baking tray. So you're going to grab your multi-bake. This is actually on sale at the moment. And you just want to get enough to cover the whole tray. So this should be adequate. And you just want to put it in here just like so, just so it folds around the edges. Just so. Alright, so this one's a little bit tattered, so we might get another one. You're going to want to make sure it's really straight and perfect and straight. Yeah. So grab it and you just want to go. You might even get a little bit more this time, and just rip it like that. There, as you can see, mine is extremely straight. That's what you want. Now we're just going to sit it in here, and once again, but a little bit slower this time because last time we ruined it and we don't want that. And you want to fold it over the edges like that. Now it's not that big a deal if it doesn't cover the sides. You can fix that up at another time. So we're just going to sit this over here. All perfect and done. Welcome back. Now, we've got all our next steps ingredients out and ready. What we're going to have is 200 grams of unsalted butter, 1 cup of brown sugar and 200 grams of marble chocolate. We're going to mix them all up and melt them up nicely in a saucepan over a low heat. So let's get together and let's get measuring. Now, what you're going to want to do is get a knife out and basically what I do is I just guess at how much butter it is, because I mean this is about 250 grams of butter. So if you just cut off a little slither on the end, that's pretty much 200 grams. Now, I always try to go with a bit more of the CSR brand when it comes to my cooking stuff. I don't really like home brand. It's not the best brand there is. Some people like it because it's on sale and whatnot, but you're better off supporting your local community. I mean, you don't want to be supporting Woolworths and Coles and then big companies. They can really rip the little man off. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a cup of this. Just pour it right in here, just like so. Just nice and even. Just get that out there like that. Now what we're going to do is put the whole 220 grams in the pot. I'm just going to break it up small, just like this. Just small chunks like that. Well, actually maybe a little bit smaller, right? Now, just break it up nice and even. Hurry along there. Now the chocolate flavour actually comes from the Cadbury dairy milk. as opposed to the other ingredients that are within the dish. So you have to make sure you put all of that Cadbury dairy milk inside the mixture. Now we're going to take our saucepan and we're going to put it over a low heat and simmer it and mix it up until it's nice and melted and a beautiful texture. Oh, hello. So we're just simmering this on a low heat so we can melt up the chocolate and the butter and the brown sugar. Now this is going to be the main component of our whole dish, but you're going to want to make sure you're mixing it very quickly because you can already hear that starting to sizzle and you don't want it to be sticking to the bottom of the pan. So we're just going to get our wooden spoon. Now every place should have a wooden spoon. I've actually went and picked up my own first wooden spoon the other day. It's really handy for cooking and you know, everyday things. Ah, this is looking beautiful. Now doesn't this just look mouth-watering? This reminds me of my childhood, spending the summer on the west coast with my grandma. She used to cook me a few brownies every now and then. Now I didn't usually like going to my grandma's place. She used to live next door to a feces treatment facility, but the brownies usually made up for the stench that used to radiate from the building. Now if you're having some bathroom issues, a lot of people don't realise that brownies can actually loosen things up and make that kind of private time really go a lot easier and smoother. Just remember that if you're having problems. Welcome back, guys. Now what we're going to do is just transfer the melted brown sugar, chocolate and butter just into this pan here. Now just pour it in, just like so. You shouldn't have quite as much butter melted as I have, but I mean it shouldn't make too much of a difference in the long run. Welcome back. So now we're going to lightly beat eggs, add to mixture. So let's get going and I'll grab the eggs. Here's the eggs. Now we're going to want 3 eggs and we're going to lightly beat them just in this bowl here. That's good enough. You don't need anything special to do this kind of thing. But we are going to get our sifter. Now I picked up this egg beater the other day from the shop for a bit of a bargain price of $2.50. Now we're going to beat 3 eggs together in this bowl. Let's do it. Yeah, crack 1 egg like that. Just straight in there. Nice orange look, that one. Now sometimes people might say to crack them on the table. That's how the professionals do it. I still think it's better to crack it straight on the side of one of these. Just like that. They come out perfectly, they come. Look at that. Perfect. Only like a few little bits of shell in there. And you don't even matter. Oh, looks like we've got a little bit of shell in there. Now it's okay to have a little bit of shell in there. But if you can, grab out the bigger ones. See, I've just got a slightly larger shell that's fallen in there. Easily enough to get that out. Now what you're going to do is beat it up with the beater. So we're just going to go. Alright, that looks about perfect. Yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm so good at beating eggs actually, aren't you? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I drink them every morning. You'll often find me down here having a quick workout. Just smashing a few tricep workout, you know. Just 25 kilograms. Pretty impressive, I know. Yeah, let's get back into it. Right, now you're going to want to mix 3/4 cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of cocoa in with your eggs. So let's get going. 2 whole tablespoons, just, you know, generous helpings I would. I'm a pretty generous guy. 1 and 2. Alright. Now I know you're probably all copying me with my clean workplace, and I'm happy. I'm glad you're really taking something away from these lessons. We actually want to beat eggs, add vanilla extract, and then sift cocoa flour over the top of mixture. So we're going to get right into that right now and just grab our vanilla extract, open it up, have a sniff to make sure it's vanilla and not lemon. I've made that mistake before. Definitely vanilla. Now, you're going to want about 2 teaspoons of this. I usually just do a quick lid's worth. Just pour it in like that. In there with the eggs, and we're going to want to beat that up. Now when you're beating this, just pretend it's the weird kid at school. Just really beat it up a lot. Beat it up till you can't even recognise it anymore. Now we're going to want to mix this in with our chocolate mixture. So grab the chocolate mixture and just pour the eggs over top. Look at that, perfect! Now as you know, one of my major rules in the kitchen is to make sure you keep it clean and beautiful. So make sure you do it really gently and don't spill a little bit all over the edges. And it is hot, so you'll burn yourself if you miss any. Alright, now once that's mixed up, we're going to put this to the side. And we're going to want to put our cocoa and flour and just sift it over top and then mix it in to combine it all. Now unfortunately I don't really have a bigger bowl to mix this in, so it's a bit hard. If you do have a bigger bowl, then really you should utilise that and not just leave it sitting around the kitchen, because it's a really waste of time. It's a waste of time having a big bowl and not using it, isn't it? Now obviously, if you don't make any mess as you clean like I do, then there'll be no cleaning at the end, so I won't be able to do anything extra whatsoever when I finish up cooking, will I? I can already smell it. Now what you're going to do is put it into the baking tray and ready to bake. So, grab it and just pour the mixture straight into the baking baking tray. Ever so slightly. Now I don't know about you guys, but this really reminds me of my grandma's old house I was talking to you before. So it reminds me of the toilet actually. You know, she used to make me go all the time. You know, it wasn't that great at cooking the brownies. They often made me feel really quite sick on the inside. Now we're going to want to cook this for 20 minutes in the oven. Now I'm going to use the egg timer, and you should too, but also if you've got a watch like me, you're going to want to check it and make sure you're just watching for every few minutes, just to make sure the 20 minutes hasn't elapsed yet. I've had a few egg timers break on me over the years, and it creates some bloody nightmares, I tell you. Now obviously when you're handling hot things, you can always put your oven mitts, because you never know, you could burn yourself. So bring it over to the oven here, open it up, and just slide it in. Be careful not to spill any on the edges. And try not to get any brownie mixture on your oven mitt. Now, we're just going to set that on 20 minutes. So just drag it around like so. And I'm also just going to check my watch for the time. Oh, so what's that? That's about 10 to 4, so you know, about 20 past 4. Alright, I'll remember that. Alright, I'll catch you when it's cooked. Ooh, welcome! Alright, just while we're waiting for the brownies to cook in the oven, I thought I'd talk to you about a bit about myself, really. Just recently spent my birthday, and my brother John actually got me a few presents. I just thought I'd share them with you. One of them is actually a cactus. Now, I don't know what he meant by that. Does he mean I don't have enough responsibility to look after a plant or not? I'm not sure. But I really love him for it. It's really quite sharp, so you wouldn't want to touch it, because I'll tell you, it'll make you bleed. Now, he also, you know, he made me something in his art school. They're actually doing body parts. Alright, so the brownies only got about 15 minutes to go. So while we're waiting, I might just, you know, just work on my triceps. Alright then, I'll see you when we finish. Welcome back. Now it's time to get the brownies out of the oven, because they're all finished. So just open up your oven like this. Careful of the heat that's going to come out very quickly on your face. And pull it out. Oh, that is not quite cooked on the middle there, so we're just going to put it in for a little bit longer. Welcome back. Now we're just going to get our brownies out of the oven now. It should be perfectly done now. Okay. Just make sure you step back so you don't get that wave of heat flying into your face. And grab it out. Oh! Don't get caught by that one I just did. Now look at that. It looks perfect. There are a few small flour balls through it, but that's because I don't have a sifter. You know, to be honest, that's just going to bring back more childhood memories, because obviously my grandma didn't have a sifter either. She couldn't quite afford it back in the day. Alright. Alright, so we've just got our brownies out of the oven. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set aside to cool. Once cooled, lift out, wrap in plastic wrap, place into an airtight container, stand for 1 day, cut into pieces, serve. So there we have it. I'm just going to chuck it in the fridge, and you can eat it whenever you want, probably in an hour. Okay guys, so have a good winter. For those of you guys in Northern Ireland, have a good public holiday on the 12th. I know you love that. And keep on cooking on.